Hello, everybody. Hi. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good whatever, whenever you see this, whenever you come across it. Good. Sleep was a struggle. It's like as soon as I lay down, then my brain just goes overdrive. And not in a bad way. It's just like thinking and coming up with solutions to stuff, thinking of stuff. Just, oh my goodness, can I sleep, please? So I finally got to sleep for a few hours. Then I woke up, and well, here I am now at four something in the morning my time. I went to the bathroom before I came live, and True Kind of Love from the Steven Universe movie has been popping into my head a lot. I saw the movie like maybe a month ago now, and it was amazing. I cried, not gonna lie, maybe two or three times. But when I was going to the bathroom, this part of the song popped into my mind. And I'll just play it so I ain't got to sing it. Hey, you, show me a solvable problem. We can get through this all to the hardest part with you. It's the That's the part that popped into my mind. Like, literally, I left my room to go to the restroom, and then that, hey, you, show me that solvable problem. We can get through it together. I'll do the hardest part with you. Um, Now, that could be spirit, that could be whoever, I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know. Don't know why I can't sleep. I feel like a device that had its battery. It was like operating on like a low power mode, power save mode, like reduced features, um, for a subjectively long time. That is like starting to actually charge, and like a lot of things are coming back online, and it's a lot for the device to handle that has not been operating in that capacity for some time. And like I don't even feel tired really. Well, my eyes were tired before I started doing this, but I felt fairly awake even though I slept like maybe 2 hours. Um, Maybe three of not solid sleep. And I feel like I'm even like becoming like more empathic again. And it's so weird because I'll be having a conversation, and all of a sudden, like my mood will start to like I'll be really high in the conversation, and then my mood will tank a little bit, and like I'm still engaged in the conversation and I'm not saying anything, but in my mind I'm like, okay, why did my mood just drop? I'm pretty sure this isn't me. And then by the end of the conversation, I know why. And it's not me. And I don't know, just a lot of things as my mind sort of like isn't busy doing something, like when I'm going to the bathroom or if I'm like laying in bed about to go to sleep. That's when all these other things start coming. I'm like, okay, so we're just gonna pull a few of these. We'll see what comes out. I don't know what this is. You know, will I go back to sleep? Yes, of course. I want like two. Maybe I'll eat them too. Hey, you, show me it's all problem. That really just popped into my mind. Also, I think there's a lot of stuff that I'm not doing right now that I need to be doing. I think I might need to be doing like more so that my brain can feel used or something. I don't know. See, because what's happening is I'm nearing the wire. I have like 2 months to finish my coursework. I still have an entire class to finish, but I lost access to the information, so I'm waiting on my professor to, work with me to get it. But like, since I'm getting down to the wire, I'm the type of person that works really well under pressure, and so my brain is going basically into overdrive mode, um, which makes things fairly easy because that's when it goes into problem solving mode. It goes into the that's all way too much problem solving mode. Oh, I'm gonna take that one and one more. And like where things just connect and I remember everything and I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, and it's like seamless. And it's gonna help me prepare for this next phase because girl, she thought she was going somewhere. She thought she had direction, but apparently not. Okay. What the? Hold up. Oh my gosh. Come now. Come now. We're gonna have to get that Gorilla Glue or something. Oh my gosh. Sorry about that, y'all. I forgot that my calculator was on top of my Surface Book, and then the calculator fell on top of my phone and the mouse, and now the mouse is on the floor somewhere. I just need to pop this in real quick. Hey, you show me the song. And I was already in a sinky mood. I've been listening to some pretty good music today. Well, this morning. Not gonna lie. Let's recover the mouse. Hey, you show me the top of the problem. We can get through this again. Oh, two. So at the bottom is the Seven of Hearts. The Seven of Hearts says, a favorable turn of fortune, a powerful message duly received. Oh, ho, 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 ho. And then the Five of Spades under it. The rise of two empires synchronized, a vision that ignites the self and the soul. Now that is lit, 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 lit. And then under that is the Three of Spades, a complete restructuring of home, a breathtaking sight that redefines beauty and allowing one's soul to breathe. Like, this is okay. This is why I can't sleep, because the energy is just like lit, lit. It's lit, lit, and I'm just over here like getting all these solutions to solvable problems. Oh, this. So I was watching Rustling Around. He's one of my new faves. He posted Neptune and Pluto swimming to get the spiritual inheritance. I forget the title, but he posted it earlier today. And as he was talking, it literally reminded me of this card right here. And it came out. A school of glimmering fish spotlight a sunken treasure. Well, it was that part. The rising of a new continent. And then an explosive vision, a nurturing light, and burning passion. We also have the rising of two empires synchronized. And this had a vision on it too, didn't it? Okay, come on now. Yeah, this one card combines the message of both of these because we have the rising of a new continent here, and then we have an explosive vision here. And in the Five of Spades, the rise of two empires synchronized and a vision that ignites the self and the soul. Loving this. I don't know what this is. What do we do with this? I don't know. The Four of Diamonds and the Ace of Clubs. The Ace of Clubs has been coming out fairly. The Ace of Clubs and the Ace of Spades. Four of Diamonds says, dawn before the first day of a new world. An old earth passed away. A breathtaking sight. That's a repeated message. A strong will and an open heart, all things taken into account. these are pretty much the same. So whatever hit me earlier today that had me lit for pile number 4 is still keeping me awake. Oh, this is okay. I want to just oh. So I'll read these to I'll read all of these. So we have a strong will and an open heart, all things taken into account. Dawn before the first day of a new world, an old earth passed away, a breathtaking sight. An explosive vision, a nurturing light and burning passion. A school of glimmering fish spotlight a sunken treasure, the rise of a new continent. The rise of two empires synchronized, a vision that ignites the self and the soul. A favorable turn of events, a powerful message duly received. And then this is the one that had a complete restructuring of home, a breathtaking sight that redefines beauty and allowing one's soul to breathe. Because that connects to the breathtaking sight here. But now we just get a little bit more information about this breathtaking sight. The breathtaking sight in this card in particular is about like it's when you see something that's so beautiful and wonderful and miraculous that you know that there was some element of design when it comes to Earth. Now, it could be extremely beautiful coincidence, right? Taking the plunge into an ice cold tank, dissolution of the self, integration and separation, Seven of Swords is behind that. So what? Seven of spades. Sorry, seven of spades, three of spades, five of spades, seven of hearts, eight of hearts, three of diamonds, four of diamonds, and then the ace of clubs. Hey, we got everything. Three and four of diamonds, seven and eight of hearts, five of spades, three of spades, missing the four. Is that it? I feel like that's it. It's it's a true kind of love. I'm just playing. It's a true kind of love. That's the name of the song. When a difficult day goes by, keeping it together is hard, but that's why you've gotta try. You've gotta try. I think that's how it goes. I literally just listened to the beginning of it before I skipped to the end of it. Um, but it really does feel like the beginnings of everything beginning to fall into place. Now, it is not necessarily just gonna happen. It's not necessarily gonna be easy, but it's gonna be a lot easier than we would think that it would be because of the work that we've done. We're gonna be able to navigate in spaces in ways that maybe we didn't think we would have been able to before. Because I don't want to say that we wouldn't have been able to before, but we were more bogged down before, right? And with everything retrograde and now with everything going direct, now it's a bit of that pressure, if you want to call it pressure. It's a bit of that pressure to step up to the plate, right? And when we step up to the plate, we're both the pitcher and the batter because the universe both pitches and bats. Sometimes, it pitches to us and we bat. Sometimes we pitch things to it and it bats. And it decides what it wants to knock out of the park and what it wants to kind of sort of like, well, I guess, so it would walk us. Because in baseball, if you get hit by the ball, you walk, right? Like if the pitcher hits you with the ball, then you walk. And everyone on a base precedes a base. Because it's like hitting it out of the park, walking, or just completely missing, or just like not sticking at all. Um, Careful not to strike out. I'm not gonna tell it that. But again, it feels like there's this wave of energy coming in. It's the resurgence. It reminds me of Doctor Who when he does the thing where he dies and he comes back to life. Regeneration. I was like, I can't remember. It reminds me of like when the doctor regenerates and there's this burst of energy, and because his whole body is regenerating at the same time, literally every single cell in his body, and it requires a massive amount of energy, and so light pours out of his body as he does it, and it's like it's a jump start. It's like the energy of that light is it's like reigniting and sparking a certain part of the soul that's going to begin to shine in a way that it hasn't shown before for the times, right? um let's put one more card. Well, heck yeah. One more or two, because I like the number 3. Thank you. Bottom of the deck now is the 7 of swords. Oh, it's the same. 7 of spades. Still at the bottom. Um, because it's partly reigniting a part of the soul. It's partly just the ignition of that part of the soul. And again, it's all for the times. And it's reminding me of this exactly right here. Yes, it came out. A garment for all occasions. A garment for all occasions. I should have said it because I was like, it's that. It's the garment for all occasions. And I wrote that and I don't, like, most times I see it, I don't know what it means. With these, like, there are 2 to 3 messages on the card, and not every single one necessarily resonates in every single situation. And the garment of for all occasions is what came in, because it's like there's this part of the soul that's being reignited for the first time, and that's a part of it, and it's also shining. So there's this, like, the easiest way to describe it is the solar plexus sun connection that came out for Power 4 earlier today. Because it's like part of the energy is what's like jumping the battery, but another part of it is the ignition of this fire. And so now it's like before we lose the juice from the jump, we have both. We have the juice from the jump, and then we have the surge in energy from this thing coming online that hasn't been online for a while. And I don't know how that took me to the garment for all occasions, but it really feels like there are pieces of the soul that are going to be lighting up for the first time in a while. Like strengths that we have that we don't even know that we have, things that we're capable of that we don't even believe that we're capable of, that we wouldn't even know to even ask ourselves if we're capable of or not. Because it's related to pathways. I wanted to say ancient, but it's related to these pathways, to these destinies that were closed. And now we have the opportunity to just really reclaim those parts of ourselves. It's so hard. Like I can feel, I can feel it like in my body. It's between my heart and my throat is where I just feel like, and I felt it there earlier today. It was like fluttering earlier today. Now it's like it's just there. It's hard to describe. But it isn't. It's just like when you start to do things that you've never done, you go places that you've never been to. And then you become more of who you never even imagined because you never gave yourself the opportunity to try, and then you find out that you're really good at it. And one thing leads to another, and then by the end of your life you're just like on level 10 million when you thought that 100 was the max and you were trying to get to 100 the whole time. But again, it's almost the power of the change of energy right now. And since things are beginning to shift in such a drastic way, it's it's like there's this force that's coming in to jump everybody, right? And if you've already been working on your battery, if you've already been fixing your vehicle, then when you get this jump, it's like you'll have excess energy because you already took care of the problems that you could take care of. And that's what I was talking about. Every single time we came up on a portal since like what, April or May, I was like, don't wait for the portal to open to try to do the work that you expect for the portal to help you to do. Begin doing the work now, because the more you have done, the extra portal juice you have to put into something extra. And we're coming up into another major one with the solar eclipse in December, a week before the winter solstice. And between the eclipse and the winter solstice, Jupiter and Saturn are going to move into Aquarius. And then they're going to conjunct in Aquarius at the 0th degree. So it's like that early preview, I guess, or something. I don't know. Because it's all about positioning, right? So, like I said yesterday, well, 2 days ago now, that's why I did the point A to point B thing, because it's like we are continuously journeying towards point B. We need to be at point B by the time the delivery happens, the drop off happens, the pickup happens, the plane leaves, the train leaves, the automobiles leave. We need to be there or we'll get, and it's not about getting left, but it's like we need to be there. We're not trying to get there when it happens. We want to already be there. And then we have the Ace of Diamonds, chain links, a divine codex, an arrow that pierces the heavens and breaks the clouds. And this is another card that I was thinking about when he made that video as well. Because the last time I saw this card, it was this energy of things getting really dark and things getting really heavy. And if we can break the storm before it happens, it'll be less destructive. But we can't stop the rain that's already accumulated. So when we break the storm, the rain is still going to fall. It just won't be like, thundering, twisters, tsunamis, earthquakes, hurricanes, and rain, right? It'll just be the rain. The rain, tears of relief, energy of purification, things like that. Yeah, but this card and the School of Glimmering Fish, these two in particular, Ace of Diamonds, Three of Diamonds, popped into my mind in the course of me watching that video. In chain links, again, is how one thing connects to another. Things often don't just happen. Like for every action there's a reaction, and that came out in the Justice card in the section of the video that nobody could hear because it was muted. But it said that, oh, I wish I could read it. Maybe I'll just grab it. I'll just grab the book and read it. Oops. From pile 1. I told you, pile 1 and pile 4 were like, pile 2 and pile 3 were pretty great too, Oh my gosh, I think I can read it. When the Justice card appears, you can bet that it will live up to its name. This little guy has taken a solemn vow to uphold truth and fairness. and to roll out the appropriate effect for every cause. Justice reminds us that we're accountable for our actions, as it always dishes out our just desserts. Embracing the spirit of justice should have you aiming towards compromise, balance, and fair solutions. If you miss the mark, you might be stuck with just appetizers. And that's that for every, it deals out an appropriate effect for every cause type energy. Now, when justice is delayed, then we may sort of queue up a whole line of appetizers that we have to eat, and you may not get no dessert. But yeah, it really just is this energy, and like I was saying, it's like for those who've done the work, it'll be easier to get there because it's not going to be easy. It's not necessarily easy, but what makes it easier, what makes it achievable and attainable, is what you've already done beforehand, right? Because let's say you get this jump, but your battery is like dead, then the car isn't going to start, right? And then if you're doing the work before, you may find out that it's not even a battery issue. So then when you get the jump, you're just like, it's like jet fuel. I want to get one card to cross this and end it. And then I'll leave. I'll leave. Then I'll leave. Can I get one card, please? Just like one, please. The King of Diamonds. Oh, I love this. This came out earlier today. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Clubs, bringing order to thought, proper delegation of tasks, seeing the internal through the external. And then here, the King of Diamonds again is a bell that brings the physical and intangible into harmony as it pulses out into the universe, collision or cohesion. And the work that we've done will decide if worlds will collide or if there'll be this more seamless, cohesive flow, a smoother transition from one energy to the next. And it's partly dependent on what you've already done, partly dependent on the attitude that you've had as you've been doing it, your willingness to do the work, and partly who you are and what you're about as a person, right? Because there are some people who like could do absolutely nothing, but then when it's like crunch time, they rise. And then there are some people who just absolutely crumble under pressure. And it's like if you know that you're the type of person that doesn't handle pressure well, then why did you wait to the last minute to try to do everything? We have to have some self awareness at some point. We don't have to. If we want to be successful, it'd be easier for us to know how we operate, right? If I wasn't the type of person that worked well under pressure, I wouldn't procrastinate this much. But also, I'm the type of person to just not do something if I procrastinate too, so I'm not perfect. No one's perfect. It's not about being perfect. What numbers do we have? Do we have all the numbers? We have one. Oh, 1 second. 2 ones, a 2, 2 threes, 1 4, 2 5s, no 6s, a 7, and an 8. And it's interesting that we don't have a 6 because no, wait, what was it? No, that was the 4 because we have the 3 of spades and the 4 of spades, or 5 of spades. Show me that solvable problem. So yeah, that's what I have. I feel like it's not really anything, but things are gorgeous if you've gotten ready, and even if you haven't, it's never too late. You just got to be really, really willing to handle all of the rough stuff that comes up, because Pluto don't play games. Pluto don't play no games. Blue Lunar Storm ain't playing no games. And America is going through a Pluto return right now. America, it's like 2 degrees. Well, when it goes back direct, I think it's like 2 degrees away. And with America, for some reason, somehow becoming the figurehead basically of Earth, a lot of the developed countries look to America for whatever reason. And now, the underbelly of America is being exposed, and people are like, oh, it's like, yeah, it's a circus over here. See, y'all sit in the seats and watch the performance that the ringmasters sort of put on, where they cracking that whip at the lions and the tigers and stuff, right? Jump through that hoop. But behind the scenes, didn't like Siegfried or Roy? Didn't one of them get eaten by the tiger or something like that? Did Tiger King get eaten by the tiger? Well, he got fed to the tiger, supposedly. I never watched it, but an explosive vision, a nurturing light, and burning passion is the last card that I'm gonna get. Bottom of the deck is the Five of Diamonds, which we saw again. No. This is a different one. This is different. This is Nearly Perfect Harmony, a crystal clear night of charted stars, and triplets in the third trimester. Five of Diamonds. I thought we saw this. The ten of Clubs starts with nearly. No, that was a nearly awakened hidden power. That is different. I love this one because so in this card, especially when it comes to a crystal clear night of charted stars, it's about when we can like really see the stars in the sky, but not only that, we can see the lines that connect them, right? In the sky. And it makes it easier to see the complete picture. It makes it easier to see the message and the meaning behind the constellation at large instead of just the individual stars. But at the same time, it doesn't take away from the luster of the individual stars either, right? 71, 3, 4, 8, 6, and 4, 7, 3, 5, 2, 2, 4. An explosive vision, a burning light, a nurturing light, and burning passion. I love it. So that's what I got. I feel like I didn't really put anything together, but that's fine. It's just beautiful. Hopefully I can get some sleep though, because what's the point of me being awake at like between 2 and 5 in the morning? I guess I could do work. If I had work to do, I do. Alright, so I'll catch y'all later. I hope y'all have a good whatever whenever you see this again, and I hope you're acting in alignment to make the best your reality. Emphasis on acting, emphasis on alignment, and it's not intended to be easy. Because in order to actually be an active part in creating your life, you have to be in a space to release the world around you from one of its jobs of reflecting to you the things that you need to solve. When you begin solving and fixing your own things, then you can experience different sides of Saturn. You can experience different sides of Pluto. You can experience the gifts that they bring rather than the lessons of transformation and karma and restriction, right? If you're operating within the bounds of the space, then you get to do a lot more, right? Instead of constantly sort of bashing up against the wall. I don't know. All right. Talk to y'all later. Also, I know I've said it before, but it is really time for me to get busy, serious. So probably won't be live as much. I gave it like a week for it to solve itself, but I gotta get doing what I need to get doing. So it's time for me to just start creating some things because it's time to finish this up. And that is one of my lessons right now. I guess it's one of the things that I'm excited to experience is how, like, I honestly haven't faced much difficulty in life, especially when it comes to academics or things like that. I've never really been pushed. I pick things up fairly quickly, fairly easily. And so I've never really had to try. Things have more or less come fairly easily to me. And I've never had the opportunity to really see what I'm made of because I've never been pushed that far. But I'm not gonna put, well, like, the pressure is on now, but I ain't trying to have them planners out here like really put me through it. So let me just take the initiative myself because I don't need them on my back. I'd rather take the blessings that they have to offer. You know? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe you don't know. Maybe you do know. I don't know.